Hello, everyone. It's Random Act of Kindness Day. I'm Richard Ayub, the Executive Director of Project Angel Food. And at Project Angel Food, we feel like there's nothing random about the work we do. We feel it's very intentional. And today, we're going to do cheer up calls to some of our clients. We have 23 clients who are isolated, home alone, and need encouragement, especially during these crazy COVID days. So we have a host of all-star cast of celebrities who are helping us with our Everest Foundation Telephone Angels program. And we're very excited to say that we have Dr. Michael Everest with us, who is the funder of the program and helped us come up with the concept. Dr. Everest, why is it so important for you to fund this type of program?
Well, first and foremost, I'm very proud of Project Angel Food, and thank you for our distinguished guests to come. This concept was important to me because rather than naming a building or a hallway, I thought it is very important to bring that human connection back. People are very isolated now, where they cannot go shake hands, they cannot give hugs, and especially if you're um, sick or unable to. Um, it reminds me, I'm of Indian descent. It reminds me of something that Mother Teresa said, where she said, food, I'm paraphrasing, food and money is great, but sometimes people need someone to speak to, someone to tell them, hey, it's okay. So this concept, I think, is sustaining and it is unique in its efforts to make a difference, as small as it may be, in someone's life. And that's why I really thank each and every one of you because you're volunteering your time as I am to just make somebody smile and to put that in the universe is so important right now. And that's why we did it.
Great, thank
Yes.
you so much.
Yes.
And we want to say hello to an all-star telephone angels. Eileen Davidson is up there, live from Malibu, from
Hi,
Young and
Becky.
Restless and Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Hi, Eileen.
Hi, great to be here. So excited to be a part of this. Thank you.
Great. Kirsten Bandsness from Criminal Minds. We've done so much together from bowling to, a night of gratitude and song. Kirsten, good to see you.
Hi, good to be here. Very good to be here.
And then live from Madrid, Juan Pablo de Pacha, who's one of our board members and also is an amazing singer from Fuller House and recently from Dashing in December. The Dashing Juan Pablo.
How are you, Richard? Thank you for having me. This is going to be really great.
And then the first Black Bachelorette and also extra correspondent, Rachel Lindsay. Rachel.
Hi, happy to be back. Thank you for having me again.
We're so happy to have you all here. And just some quick housekeeping. When you make your phone calls from your cell phone, do *67 so that they don't have your number, but you'll do a little cheer up call for them. And in about 15 minutes after you've made your calls, we'll come back together and we'll do a check-in. But I have a few questions for you. Rachel, you're the pro. You did this once before on Martin Luther King Day, National Day of Service. Tell everyone else what it's like.
Oh my gosh. Well, it was such a pleasure to make these phone calls on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And I thought, we're reaching out. We're there to, give them a phone call, check on them, talk to them to see how they're doing, give them a little company to brighten their day. In turn, we were the ones that were actually blessed. I mean, the spirit that, it makes you sit back and you say, the things that I'm complaining about really don't mean anything when so many people are suffering, but have the best attitudes. I had talked to one individual who had just come home from the hospital, just had a toe amputated, but was full of life, the biggest spirit, and ended up really giving me some encouragement at the end of the day. So these calls really just change your day, change your mood, change your life. And you really never know what you're going to expect on the other side of it, but it's such a blessing.
And, I've talked to a lot of our volunteers in the Telephone Angels program, and they say sometimes they're on the phone for 5-10 minutes, sometimes 2 hours. because it's really up to the client and what the client needs. Juan Pablo, you're a board member. Why is it so important for you to think of our clients first? That's actually one of our core values. And the top value is clients first.
Well, because obviously food is the most important kind of essential thing that we can give them at Project Angel Food, but I think it's also that human connection that it's pretty much like when you receive food from a parent when you were a kid. Is that kind of connection, that human exchange. So it's lovely that we can check in with them and we can see how they're doing in their day to day. For me, it's a first. So I'm actually really honored that I get to do this now because I've never done this. So I mean, I'm really, really excited about it.
Yeah, and you've been in the kitchen, so you know what that aspect of it is about. So now you'll find out what it's like talking to the clients. Kirsten, you've also been in the kitchen. You've been to every fundraiser we've ever asked you to attend and host, and you're magnificent. How did you become involved with Project Angel Food?
I had a couple of friends that were volunteers, Alex Bowling and a couple of other people that were volunteers. And so it was just something, even like Starving Artist Days, when you know, whether you have a lot or you don't have a lot, this is something that always gives back, like Rachel was saying. So it was always like a no-brainer. And then I think I did your guys' first training video. They did like a big musical number, and I got to pop out of a trunk. But it's just you guys are so nourishing in every aspect of it for everybody involved. So it's a no-brainer. Like once you get in, I can't quit you.
And I think that's the case for Eileen. Eileen was introduced to us through Lisa Renna. And Eileen was filling in for Lisa because she was sick, and we did an event.
I actually got her sick. She contracted the flu from me. So I felt it was only the kindest thing I could do was to try to help out. And I just became addicted, as you know.
We're so happy to have you all there. And then you're showing us your beautiful COVID art, what you've done during COVID.
Thanks.
What great talent you have.
Thank you so much. And my son and I went and helped out in the kitchen with his class a couple of years ago, as you remember. And I love that about Project Angel Food, that it's a feeling of family. You can bring people in there and educate them about what's really going on. And it really kind of opens your eyes to the situation, and especially with the COVID situation. I mean, I know how much this is needed more than ever now.
Thank you so much. Thank you all very much. Dr. Everest, do you want to give them some words of encouragement before they make their phone calls?
All I can say is thank you.
Look up there.
All I can say is thank you for being part of this. I think what you're doing for humanity, just on this aspect, is amazing. And I'm honored to be part of funding such a beautiful initiative for humanity. And thank you for your valuable time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, you all, you're each going to call 5 people. We'll check in with you in 15 minutes. So now, as part of the sponsorship, Dr. Everest is going to put his label, the Everest Foundation Telephone Angels label, on several meals. We will be delivering 2,300 meals to clients throughout Los Angeles, and every one of them will feel the love from the Everest Foundation. Thank you, Dr. Everest. Look at that. And we're back. It's been 15 minutes. Our celebrities have called all of their 5 people that they're checking in with. Kirsten, looked like you finished early. Tell us what it was like.
Oh, it was great. Two of my gang didn't pick up, and one of them was in the middle of something. So I think that's the reason why it's still, I mean, it's amazing to think with just 15 minutes, what a big difference you can make just to spend a little time. And it was really lovely. I had a really engaging conversation about a fellow tea drinker, a fellow morning tea drinker. And it's amazing just talking to another human being about how much there is in common with us all. you know, which is just it and simple, lovely things instead of all of the superfluous stuff.
Thank you so much. Rachel, I see you're ready to give us an update. You're a reporter. You know how to do it. Go for it.
Yes, so I talked to Walter, and at first I was leaving a voicemail, and I guess he said, you know what, I'm going to pick up the call. So he picked it up. He had a mouthful of toothpaste. I said, that's okay, Walter. I have a mouthful of food right now. We just talked, and he told me that he actually had COVID, and then he had pneumonia from COVID, but he was able to take some antibiotics, and he got rid of that, didn't have to go to the hospital. And he just received his first vaccination. And so the first part of it. So he sounds great. I told him that he sounds like a superhero. He said, well, my doctor said I'm a tough cookie. And I said, well, Walter, you know what? I don't even need to worry about you. And he said he feels very, he really feels like a lot of support from Project Angel Food, very appreciative of it. And we just talked a little bit more, but he was great. He was great, really in good spirits. So it was fun to have a conversation with him. We talked about the positive and negatives of quarantine, which he enjoys, by the way.
Thank you, Rachel. Eileen Davidson. You're on mute, Eileen.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Lovely. I'm just so amazed about everybody's attitude. Everybody's positive, very grateful for Project Angel Food and the phone calls they get and the food they get and the love they get. And I'm just really kind of in awe of how positive everybody is, especially during this really tricky time.
And that's the thing that I always realize when I deliver meals or talk to a client. There's so much gratitude. And that gratitude and that attitude makes me grateful.
Yeah.
I'm grateful I can get out of bed, take a shower, get in my car, come to work, and deliver a meal to them. During that entire time, they were just home, waiting for their meal.
Yeah, that's so important. Sometimes I think when I wake up in the morning, I'll meditate and I'll pray. And I think I kind of recap the day before, and I'm like, really, did that really matter this morning? No, it did not. So that just seeing that gratitude in people that are really in a vulnerable position in their life really kind of brings us to a humble place. At least I can speak for myself. Brings me, so it's beautiful to hear. Thank you.
Juan Pablo, let's wrap it up with you.
Well, I just had a lovely time, and two of our clients are animal lovers. And at the same time, as I was talking about their animals, one of them had two cats, the most adorable names, Jane Seymour and Maggie Smith, two white cats, Christopher. And as I was talking about that, my dog turned up, and then I look at the screen and all of our animals turned up at the same time. It was really kind of amazing. I don't know if you noticed, but everyone else there had their animals on them. And they were just so wonderful. And like Eileen was saying, everyone is kind of so set up in a positive, in a good way. They get delivered the meals and they're good, they're secure, they're looking after themselves. So that was great to hear as well, that everyone is in a good, comfortable place, which is awesome.
And thank you for doing that. Thank you all for taking your time to make these phone calls today as part of the Everest Foundation Telephone Angels program. Early on, almost a year ago, I delivered meals to people. And I remember, first of all, they were surprised that we were delivering meals. They thought we would shut down because a lot of organizations did, or they thought we would slow down. And then the second thing is they asked, will you be back next week? And there was fear in their eyes. And I said, yes, we will. And guess what? We've been back every next week for the last year. And that's why today they feel secure. So thank you all very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you for
Everett.
letting us be a part of it.
We
Bye.
love you all.